As always, don't forget to check the video description down below for the best price on parts and tools I use in today's video. Today, got this 2012 Honda Odyssey. It's like a touring, I don't know if it makes a difference, but I'm going to show you how to replace the front pads and rotors. Let's check it out. Okay guys, and the first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and lift the car. Always use a jack stand. I lifted mine right there. And then, oddly enough, 7/8 is the size of the lug nuts. It's kind of strange. Usually it's 21 or 19. Honda's usually 19, and to use a 7/8 is just strange, but that's what they all are. So, go ahead and take your tire off. Take your lug nuts off and take your tire off. Then we've got two 14mm. You got one right there. You got another one right there. And while you're taking these off, if they do start to spin, you can take a wrench. It's probably like a, I don't know, like a 16 or 17, or a pair of vice grips, and hold on to the slide pin, and then you can take it off. Oh, mine just came right off, no problem. And then that'll show us the brakes. Okay guys, now once you've taken the two bolts off, you're gonna kind of grab this and pull it towards you, and then you'll be able to kind of wiggle it and pop it off. If it doesn't come off like that, you can take a flathead screwdriver, just come right in here and kind of pry, and that'll also help you pull the caliper off. And then we've got, sorry y'all, got kids back there screaming. You're gonna take these little springs off right here. You're just gonna kind of pull them out like that, and then you'll be able to just kind of pull your pads out like that. And what those little springs do is they kind of back the pads off the rotor. That's the idea, at least. I don't know if they actually do that in theory after they've been on a long time, but they're supposed to kind of save the life or make it so that it's not just sitting there burning the pad while the rotor's spinning. So now we're going to take off the 19s. There's a 19 here and a 19 here on the back. If we're going to be replacing these rotors, and I am, for some reason mine were on super tight. So I took a breaker bar and a 19mm, and then I took the other half of my jack bar. You're just going to come down here, and I have not broken this one loose. And you can see, man, I'm hitting it like that and it's still not coming off. I'm just going to step on it, and that was it. It broke loose. So again, if it's on there super hard, you can do that and it'll make it a whole lot easier. I didn't want to, I go through these ratchets like, I don't know, once every 2 months, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to break this ratchet on these. So then once you take those two bolts all the way off, this caliper bracket will come off and it'll free up this rotor. We also have a screw holding it in, and what I'll do is, you'll want an impact screwdriver. If not, you could spend a very long time trying to take this out with like a flathead and a hammer. But I'll leave a link below in the video description for one of these. And how this works is you stick it in the screw, and then you can see, wait, okay, it's in there. You can see I can turn it right and turn it left, right? So what you're gonna do is turn it left, because we're gonna lefty loosey, then we're gonna hold it in. Oh, and look, that one's already loose. I didn't even try this one yet. But you're gonna turn it left, and then you're gonna hold in, and then you're going to beat on a hammer on this end. And while you're beating the impact wrench, what it's going to do is it's going to twist left. So you're going to have the force of it pushing up against it with the hammer. During the strike, it's going to turn left. So that will definitely allow you to get that screw out. Alright, so y'all can see I got my screw out. I took the last of my bolts out. I'm going to set this down like that. And then this guy, hey, he's just free floating. If it doesn't just come off that easy, like a free floater, what you can do is, okay, so if you can imagine right here on the rotor, take a hammer, be real careful not to hit these studs, and you can bam, bam. And what that'll do is, you can see all the rust right here, it's gonna break the connection. Also, you can come by, if you're not going to reuse the rotor, you can come behind and beat on it, but that's going to scar up the rotor. So if you're reusing it, you don't want to do that. But if you're not reusing it, you can do that and maybe avoid hitting these studs. So guys, that is pretty much it. Everything is going to be the reverse of the removal for the installation. Things to watch out for once you've put everything back together. Oh, we are going to have to compress, I forgot to tell you about that. We do have to compress the piston here, and basically what you do is stick stick a pad up in there, set this up on its back like so, and then you'll set your little pad in here, and you'll just take a C-clamp, run your C-clamp tight. You can go on the top of that bolt and then just anywhere on the pad, and then just tighten that C-clamp, and what'll happen is one piston will start to go down and then the other one will not be down as far. You can just keep going with it and they'll eventually flatten out. If you have any trouble, you can reposition your C-clamp to, say you started on this side and this side's going down farther. You can reposition your clamp to go on this side, and you just want them to be flush. So you want to flush those up, and then your caliper will go over your brand new brake pads. So after you've completed the job, the important thing to remember is you've got to go in the car, pump the brakes until the brake pedal is stiff. If you do not do that and you go to drive the car, you put the car in drive, whatever's in front of you when you go to hit the brakes, you're going to hit, because the brake pedal is going to go straight to the floor. So you've got to remember, pump those brake pedals up before you drive the vehicle. And to test drive the vehicle, what I do for customers is I stop 10 times really hard from 40 to 0. And what that does is it breaks the new pads in to the new rotors. So it'll kind of break that material in, and any little weird funny noises or any little weird smells will come out during that test drive. I always tell the customer, they may smoke or smell when I get back, and they're actually will fade them out a lot of times because I brake so hard, but it's no big deal. You're just kind of breaking the brake pads in. So anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.